back to InHerSelf podcast,
where we talk about faith, family, finance, and friendship.
So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube and follow us on all social media platforms.
And make sure to turn your notifications on to be notified whenever we post new content.
Hey guys.
Hi. I sung this time. You usually say.
Yeah, I'm not really in the singing spirit.
Oh, here we go. Whatever.
I'm not. I want to get them good quality vocals, and as I've been watching, I need to go back in the vote and do better.
You need to go back in the vote and do better. Why?
With my vocals.
You wasn't trying to sing for real. First of all, let's really be candid.
I'm scared of the comments. I think that's what it is.
You scared of the comments? They don't talk about your singing though.
They scare me.
Why did they scare you?
Because it's always something negative.
Not all the time.
No, for sure.
You have more positive hearts and comments than negative.
I think that's the sad thing, that you'll have a million positive things and then one or two negative things just outweighs the good.
That sounds like life.
Ooh wee.
How we pay attention to the negative things. You can win 1,000,000 times. You fail once and you like the world is over.
It's over. It's over. You got A's on every test. But one, you got a D. Not even an F. You got a D and your world is over.
You telling my business? That happened to me.
I wasn't, though. I promise.
I still passed though.
And that's the point. You tried again.
But
no, what do you say? You don't say try again. You say train again.
You train again. But I was in my feelings because I literally was acing everything, and I had that one. It wasn't even that I didn't pass it. I just didn't do it because that week, it was a lot going on, and I was like, "How did this drop my grade?"
That's kind of a word in itself. Like, not doing it is worse than doing it. Is that what I'm trying to say?
I don't know.
Not doing it is worse than trying to do it. Okay, pause, because I'm trying to gather what I'm saying. Okay, so if you would have did it, you would have got a grade. You would have tried at least a C or a B or whatever, but you didn't do it, so you ended up getting an F or whatever that looks like. So I'm trying to say you should have tried and would have got a better outcome than not trying at all.
No, that's facts. Because everything that I attempted to do, I got an A in. I was just tired, first of all. It wasn't that I just didn't want to do the assignment. I just in my mind, I'm like, well, I got A's on everything, so it's not going to hurt if I don't do this. And yes, it did.
I think that's a life lesson in general. We get so used to, okay, it'll come easy, so I'll get to it when I get to it, and I don't study, or I don't try, or I don't train harder. And then you get to that moment and you're like, okay, maybe it won't affect me. And it ends up affecting you way more than you thought.
Yeah, a whole letter grade. And I couldn't even taking my final still didn't put me back to my A.
Yeah.
I passed. It didn't drop,
But it just wasn't what you wanted.
It wasn't what I wanted.
Ooh-wee.
That's a word. I don't really like that. I mean, I like the word, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which leads me into like, I was prompted to read Travis Green's book after that happened. Not because of that grade or anything, but just in general, because he has a new book out called Are You Praying for the Wrong Thing? And it's interesting because I feel like when I do pray about stuff, I'm very specific, but I'm praying for that thing. Like I'm praying for, Lord, bless my finances, or Lord, open up a door that, causes increase. But I'm not praying for strategy. That's what it was about. It's not, are you praying for how to maintain and grow the business? Are you praying for how to take care of the team that you have? Are you praying instead of for 500,000, are you praying for the strategy to get it, to obtain it, to grow with the business? Because the Bible that I read says that he's given me power to create wealth.
Yeah.
Not just possess it.
Pray for the tools, not just,
Because when you get it, then I know how to keep it, because I know what it took to obtain it. It wasn't just given to me. I literally earned it.
Yeah.
I grew with it. And so that changed my prayer life more, to be more specific in strategy. Lord, give me wisdom. Wisdom is applied knowledge, not just the know. I don't just know what to do. I know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's almost like that saying that they I guess it's not a proverb in the Bible, but just a saying that someone who's hungry, you don't just give them food or give them fish, you teach them how to get it, because then they won't have to keep coming back to you saying, I'm hungry.
Yep.
I'm hungry. No, go get a job.
Yeah. That's a good statement. Go get a job. Figure something out. And then you'll get to the solution. You'll get to the destination. I think that we think of God as like okay, Lord, this is what I want. Boom, make it happen. He's such a good father that he's like, I'll make it happen, but I need to show you how I made it happen so that you can understand the journey and you can appreciate the journey and just not be like, oh, I got here. What glory would he get out of it if we didn't go through the journey?
It's just like having children. Like literally, I already know Makai's he'll be 14, but getting closer to the age of driving. In my mind, I'm already preparing, saying eventually the step is your permit, then it's your license, then you're able to drive without supervision. There are steps to get to what his desire is, just to drive.
Right.
But he don't know the steps to get to that place to drive. But I do. Why? Because I've gone through it. I know what it is. God, our Father, we're asking him for the final thing, but he knows the steps you need to take to get to that place. You don't know, but it's already a preparation. It's that powerful word we like to call waiting.
Yeah. Because who want to do that? Because we go to the emergency room and we'll cuss everybody out because why am I waiting so long?
You have other people in front of you.
Yes. And I'm not saying that their situation is worse off than you, but they just got there sooner.
And literally, the God that we serve, not saying that he has to wait to bless someone else before you, because that's not the case. Usually it's contingent upon your understanding, the lesson that you need to learn to get to where you need to get to. And that's what I'm learning right now is it's not always about just waiting on God to do like you're in a hallway experience. It's literally what I'm doing while I'm waiting. What is my heart posture? What am I thinking about? Am I content literally in this state that I'm in, or I'm just coping with it? Am I literally saying, God, I trust you in all your ways, like your ways are very much so higher than my ways. So how do I? And you know what I found out too? It's okay to ask him, how do I wait?
How? Because you have me here. How do I wait?
How do I find contentment in this space, in this place? I know that your word says that, but I'm uneasy in my spirit. So how can I calm myself or calm my fears or to seek your face diligently? I'm finding that to ask him literally everything is okay. Because sometimes you feel like, oh, you should know that. You a super Christian. You're supposed to know. I don't know. And I'm okay with not knowing because I know that you do. So I'm going to sit quiet enough for you to literally tell me what I need to know in this space, in this season. And be okay with that.
I wish we take the negative. Waiting is such a negative word when it should be so positive. Because again, we talked about even I've never been pregnant, but being the waiting point of being pregnant is 10 months. That's one of the only seasons where we gotta wait. Because if I don't wait, the baby's going to come sooner. There's problems, there's complications, there's all of these things that happen. Or you said the example of I got to get my house ready. I got to get my finances ready to the best that I can. I got to make sure my other kid's good. I got to make sure my job is good. It's so many things that you have to make sure are obtained and make sure are steady before the birth of the child.
You know why? Because they have a doctor that tells them that. As a mom who has birthed 3, because I saw research, YouTube, and the doctor is saying, okay, so you are pregnant, you are going to deliver a child. This is what they walk you through that process. And I trusted it. So I went to the doctor. They say, hey, so you are 5 weeks or you're 6 weeks and you have to get to 40. As a matter of fact, you pray against going early.
Yes.
Oh my. Because I want to make sure that the baby is developed at its greatest potential.
Yep.
But when we are birthing something spiritual, And God is saying there's a process. The thing about it is he may not tell you
That's
how
what it is.
long that process is.
That's what it is.
But there is a way. So because you don't have all the information up front, you become impatient.
We are so excited to officially announce that we have launched our Patreon. By signing up, you will become a member of our InHerSelf community.
You'll receive exclusive access to our content that is only available to our Patreons, such as behind the scenes, live discussions, and Discord. But most importantly, first dibs on new merch.
To register, visit our link tree in the bio or the description below.
See you at the circle. Because how long do I have to do this? And that's where faith is. Without faith, it's impossible to please God.
Yeah.
So he's saying, I have not forgotten you. If you do what I'm telling you to do, if you seek my face and not my hand all the time, then you will know when you get closer to it. You will feel it. And here's the thing, it won't bother you. Most of the time I found in my life that when I stopped thinking about when it is going to come, it comes faster.
Oh my. If that ain't just happened to me with my job. It was constantly thinking, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And I said, forget it. That same day, a call. It's like, well, if that's all I had to do, I should have did it from the beginning.
Is let it go.
Let it go.
Do what you are supposed to do. Be vigilant in your waiting. While you're waiting, you're serving, you're doing, taking care of your home, taking care of your finances, getting your credit together, whatever that is, studying to show you thyself approved unto God, all of those things, and let God do it. Like you're doing all that you can do. And being content in that space until he because he desires for us to lean on him in every capacity.
That's how he gets the glory.
Oh, that's it.
That's it.
Because if you're doing it in your strength, then you're going to feel like you did it.
Now you did it. And now everybody praising you. Look what you did. No, that's not how that worked. He didn't create you for you to get the glory. He said, no, I want you here so my name can be exalted. That's where we get the confusion because it's me. I got to, puff up my chest. I got to let the world know I did it. And really it's like, you had no power. The Lord allowed it. You didn't do it.
According to his will.
According to his will. And if he wants you to wait for 5 years, you might just have to do that.
Not might, you're going to do it.
You're going to. You're going to. You're going to wait because you don't have no choice.
What the deciding factor is, when those 5 years approach you, are you still in the same mindset you were 5 years prior to that? Because here's the thing that I've learned is that God is time and he has all the time in the world. You don't. So you can play hardball, if you want to, saying I'm going to just wait it out and, pride, arrogance, unloving. The Lord had me reading in Galatians this week, like heavy every morning, read Galatians 5 about the fruit of the Spirit. What is it? If you claim to be that amplified version, it's going to tell you, break it down.
It's going to read you.
It's going to read you.
Well, you say that you are.
You say, if you claim to be
then
a Christ follower, then the evidence would be this. The evidence will be that. Patience, love, gentleness. You're not trying to provoke somebody to do something to you. Are you intentionally doing something back? That's not the fruit of the Spirit. It said, with these things, there is no law against it.
Yeah.
You could do this all day long and you will never be held in contempt.
Yeah.
I mean, ate me up.
That's crazy. I had a conversation with my mom last night. She said, just because, and this is very watered down, she said, just because somebody mean to you, that don't mean you got to be mean back. I said, I want you to be like so for real. That's so play. Like you said that to a toddler. But then I said, it is the truth.
It is facts.
What do you win?
A moment to feel good.
Yeah. And then to feel bad. That is a story of my life. I be quick I got to show them it's me. And then 5 minutes later, I'm crying because no, that's not really you. You just want to show everybody in that moment that you're not going to let nobody play you. But really, you just played yourself.
Yeah.
And the Lord, because you know better. The real winning the battle is saying, You got it. Because they really don't. But I'm not even going to let you get to me like that.
Because my desire every day is to put a smile on God's face. Is to literally go to bed at night saying, I'm not only just reading your word, but I'm applying it to my life so that I can truly make a difference. I can literally be the difference that I want back in my life. And so you can only do that when you apply it. I used to be the same exact way. Oh, okay, so you want to do this? Bet. I'm going to do this. Oh, you not going to do this? Okay, bet. And the Lord had a conversation to say, but did I tell you to do that? Who is going to humble themselves under my mighty hand and let me exalt them? Not exalt you in business and in success, in your spirit, to truly walk into a room and have peace. Because you are blessed are the peacemakers. Who was making peace?
Yeah.
And genuinely not worried about protecting my heart. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it is.
Absolutely.
I don't want to be hurt again. So whatever I got to do, oh, you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you.
10 times worse.
And that is a trick of the enemy.
Yes, it is. Anytime you want to react or your rebuttal is to hurt somebody else, you know that's not coming from God. Because if that was the case, Jesus, he would have swung on everybody.
Everybody can catch these hands.
Everybody can get it. If he did not, we don't have no excuse.
And he did it to show us that it can be done.
Yep.
That was the reason. It was like, I know you can do it. So I'm not going to say that you can do it. I'm going to actually do it to show you like this can be done.
Yeah. People can spit on you. People can beat you mentally, physically, emotionally. But keep on.
And it's because of the relationship that he had with God. This entire time, I always thought that, you hear the people, the pastors and, the scripture, Jesus never said a mumbling word, while they ripped open his skin. He was basically unidentifiable. He was naked, all of these things, got thorns on his flesh, and he never cried. He only had a moment when God turned his back on him because he had never been outside the presence of God. Throughout everything that he had gone through, betrayal or whatever, like all people talking about him and being put in jail, all these things, God's presence was always with him. So he was able to withstand because you have a connection with him. It wasn't until he had to take on sin and God turned his back because he couldn't see his son suffering and to feel the void. That's what made him say, Father, why have you forsaken?
Right.
I was through.
But still knew he had a job to do.
But that was the weight. The weight wasn't the things that we're dealing with. It wasn't somebody talking about you. Mm-hmm. It wasn't because you lost your house. It wasn't because you lost your job. It wasn't because of the things that's happened. It's because I went through those things. As long as God don't leave me,
I'm good. I can fight any battle.
As long as God don't leave me and he promised to never leave, that's what made him holler. It wasn't the blood. It wasn't the suffocation. It wasn't any of those things that he was going. It was the fact that God said, I'm gonna let you have these 10 hours or so. I gotta leave for this. And that's what killed him. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
It was at that moment. I believe even when he was in the garden and he was bleeding or sweating blood, it was a thought of, you mean to tell me I could do all of this, but you got to turn your back on me?
What do I do without you?
What am I going to do without you? That's the place that God wants us to be. I could do a lot of, I can do all things,
yeah,
but I can't do it without you. When we think about that, protecting our heart becomes like nothing. I ain't worried about, I can show myself friendly. Then I can wait because I'm waiting with you.
Yeah. It's an easy wait.
I can do it. Then I can be content because I'm content with you.
Oh, wait.
I can sit up and have people talk bad or be in the comments or whatever because I'm doing it with you. You sitting right here, not next to me, but you in me. Oh my gosh.
I am you.
What? That's what gives us the power to wait. And I can truly seek your face. I can truly say, okay, Dad, what's the next plan? What's next? What's today? Give me this day. Thank you for today. Not worried about tomorrow. Because you already in tomorrow.
Yeah. Or even yesterday. Because we get so caught up in what happened the day before and the day before that and the day before that, and you can't live in the now or even hear what God is telling you in the now because you're so focused on what happened in the past.
That's the training. That's the training that we lose. That's the training that the lessons in it. Like that's the goal. That's the goal. That's how you become content. Is knowing that he is with you.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, ooh, are you content?
That's a great reflection question. Are you content?
I want y'all to put that in the comments. Are you content? I want an answer. Are you content?
Are you content?
You asking me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am. Now.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was chasing the next best thing, the next biggest thing, the biggest job and the 6-figure, 7-figure, always gotta get. But I have learned, and I'm learning that what I have now, like I don't have to have the best the best phone or the Range Rovers and all the other. God, whatever you have for me, you have designed it for me. And because I trust you and because I love you and because I know that what your plan is for my life is better than I can ever imagine or dream, I'm content in that.
Yeah. I shall never want to be outside of his will, and he designed my life. So why would I not want to consult him to say, what is the next step? Because we talked about him being the author. We talked about authors writing books. And that's like me going to the author and say, you sure that's how the ending go? He say, I wrote it.
Yeah.
I know how every chapter goes. I know every word. I know where the comma's at. I know where the periods are. I know how you're going to get from chapter 2 to chapter 3. And then, yeah, it's going to be a little hope. But in between chapter 4 and 5, you're not really going to understand it. You're going to get lost in the story. But I'm telling you, when chapter 6 get here, you're going to understand the rest of the story. And I think that's how we have to look at God as he is the author.
Yeah.
That's how he wrote it. That's how it was going to be. You consult and say, well, Lord, like, how do you want me to deal with it as I'm reading? And he'll give you the details. He'll give you what's the notes that we used to look at when we in school? They know what I'm talking about.
The cheat notes? I don't know.
Sure. He'll give you
Cliff notes.
That's it right there. Mm-hmm.
Cliff notes.
He'll give you the cliff notes.
Yeah.
The cliff notes don't tell you everything, but they give you a little bit more insight on what you're doing while you waiting, while you understanding the story.
Yeah.
And I just had to say, okay, Lord, that's how I will look at you. Because without you, I wouldn't know what my life would be. You did it.
Yeah.
If I created my own life, it would look a lot different.
And I'm so glad.
And I'm so glad. And I didn't mean that in a positive way.
Yeah.
I could think that it would look positive, but no, because I don't know it all.
So put it in the ones who does. The one who does.
Because it ain't multiple.
It's only one.
It's only one.
Ooh, I love God.
Me too. And you know what? Since we love God, we love ourselves.
Because in herself,
she is love.
In herself, she is beautiful. In herself, she is strong.
See you next week.
See y'all next week.